State in red. Basically a slow-down half-court team, but Oklahoma has not let them stay in it. Braxic, and it's knocked away from him. Yet another turnover. For the Sooners, it's picked up by Bowie. McAllister. 6 turnovers now.
He steps. Tim McAllister, maybe the only Oklahoma player that uses poor judgment on occasion, looks for himself a little more than the others do. When he plays solid, they've got a basketball club.
McKinney as the Sooners press down court, and they've got them all jammed up. Good effort by McKinney. Here's Stefanovic. Jumper off the glass.
Now that was a 1-2-1-1. They did it the other night. They gave up 3 baskets. Billy Tubbs never went back to it. So both clubs still man-to-man.
6 points for Stefanovic of Illinois State. First field goal scored by the Redbirds in the last 5 minutes of the game. Bowie, Davis, Tisdale, McAllister, and Kennedy for the Sooners. Kennedy, McAllister, or Tisdale, pardon me, with a hook shot is good.
Derek Sanders pinned behind the box, and Wayman Tisdale very tough in low.
4 points for Tisdale, averaging 25.6 coming into the game. Stefanovic into Braxic. Braxic with Tisdale on him. Tisdale got the block. Good effort by Braxic, and the tip in by number 35, Derek Sanders.
Good effort by Braxic. Hung in there.
20-11, 9-point margin. Tisdale in the corner. Fires a pass to Bowie. McAllister for Kennedy. Tisdale.
He went right over Derek Sanders, Tim. Strength and agility.
Wayman Tisdale, acknowledged by almost every coach in the country to be one of the top 5 basketball players in the country. 6 points as Tisdale is 3 of 3 from the field.
Brad Duncan.
That was Duncan off the glass, and he'll get a 3-point try. Tim McAllister with the foul. Duncan coming into the game, the senior guard from Anderson, Indiana, their best outside shooter for Illinois State. And there's Billy Tubbs directing traffic. St. John's leading Arkansas 14-7 in the first half of the West Region second round. Kansas and Auburn in a tight one. Auburn by a point in the first half in the Southeast. Duncan at the line for 3, and he's got it. 22-14.
Jimmy Kerwin just up the Oklahoma assistant. He has a lot to do with their defense. Worried about matchups.
Tisdale fouled. Missed the shot from inside.
Tim, I know you're a good low post defender, but even you couldn't stop Wayman Tisdale when he gets you deep in the 3-second lane, as he did Derek Sanders. And there's nothing left but to foul. He's got to push him out, bump him out a few steps from the box.
Tisdale will go to the line, a 72% free throw shooter. He doesn't have too many weaknesses in his game, this young man.
As I said that, I'm wondering who's strong enough to bump him out a couple of feet.
Well, he showed a weakness there. He missed one. One of 3 Big 8 players in both career scoring and rebounding top 10s over his career. That's pretty impressive. Wayman Tisdale also sings in the choir. So he really does it all.
Very happy, too. Pleasant, great smile. He's enjoying life.
Duncan for McKinney. McKinney, Duncan, Sanders.
Illinois State playing smaller now. They're looking for speed.
Stefanovic and Johnson. There's Stefanovic, and he is stopped. Tisdale doing the defensive job. McAllister for Bowie. Johnson.
Pass.
Not Johnson, pardon me.
Sean Clark with that
Sean
force.
Clark, right, number 24 of the Sooners. Here's a steal by Clark, and the interception.
Passed it too late. They're going to call it a charge, Tim. He passed the ball too late. He passed it and ran into the man. You have to give it up early enough.
So Sean Clark, who had just come into the game for the Sooners, picks up the charging foul. A junior from Brandywine, Maryland. Timeout on the floor. You're looking at Bruce Stone, assistant coach of Illinois State, wearing the headset, and Bob Donewald, the head coach, using a little football-type coaching strategy. He has John Bennington seated up in the stands to give him a little better of an overview about what's going on the court. He passes down information about defenses. There he is, John Bennington, down to Bruce Stone on the bench, and he relays that to Bob Donewald.
Of course, the way things are going, I don't think they're going to accept the collect call. They're not telling you the right thing.
So far, it hasn't been too helpful, but we got a long way to go. 9:32 to play in the first half. I guess there was some question about whether they'd get to do that today.
They got permission, I believe, from Tom Jernstad through Vic Bubis. Originally, it was no, but at the conference, Donewald said that Tubbs agreed I wouldn't use them if he wouldn't play Wayman Tisdale.
All right, Illinois State in charge. McKinney, guarded by Sean Clark. McKinney off to Derek Sanders. This is Brad Duncan. Used up all the iron. Rebound taken by Tisdale. This is Bowie. Won't drop for him. And look at Tisdale follow.
Oh, did he attack it? And you've got the right foul, Tim. Anthony Bowie, I think he plays like a thoroughbred. Good running ability. Stuck that jump shot. Doesn't nail it. Good control. 6'6". And Tisdale out of the backcourt. Almost taking the glass down with him.
His second foul. And some discussion by the officials and the scorers, but it is Tisdale with a second personal.
Hey, defensively, my concern if I were the Oklahoma bench, Lou Stefanovic is not a bad low post player, and he may get another foul on Wayman Tisdale.
Sooners pressing deep again. State breaks it. Sanders to Johnson. Stefanovic. They got a 3-on-2 as they broke the press very nicely. 8 points for Stefanovic.
I haven't seen Oklahoma get anything out of this press in 2 days. I think they may scrap it.
23-16, the Sooners in front. Tisdale outside. You see him outside, inside, flying through the air. He does it all. McAllister, what a shot that was. A little off-balance lean against the coverage by Duncan. 25-16.
Sitting on the bench and say no, and then way to go. Not a good one.
Duncan to McKinney.
Stefanovic, good cut. He had Tisdale on his back.
Duncan got that touch from outside. Brad Duncan from Anderson, Indiana. Shoots 54% from the field, and he's got 5 points. McAllister goes for him. Rebounded by Sanders. McKinney bringing it up against Sean Clark.
Well, sometimes a player has a good night, he comes out the next night like McAllister, forgets about team ball and pops those long ones.
Duncan getting a little more respect now from McAllister.
Good pass.
Great pass to Ricky Johnson. Chance for the three-pointer. Chu Kennedy picks up the foul.
That's one thing that Bobby Knight, Bob Donewald, and a lot of other people in the country that coach for Bobby, they look for people first. They keep motion, they get the spots, and they'll deliver it. Very unselfish play. Lou Stefanovic and Ricky Johnson, the lineman.
Ricky Johnson can bring it to 4. He's got 5 points. The senior guard from Indianapolis. 3-point play by Ricky Johnson. 25-21. Sooners bring it up. Sooners in white to our right. McAllister, watched by McKinney. Ready for Tisdale.
Good call. Brad Duncan ran under him. Bob Donewald is beside himself. So is Duncan, but he ran under him. You have to have position. The man has a right to come down on the catch. You see Duncan, number 33, going across the lane. He's actually still in motion.
Ooh, I'm not so sure.
Donewald is right.
Well, the old replay.
I beg your pardon.
Yeah, I think he just had good quickness, and he got there and was stationary, it appeared in the replay. Red ball off McAllister, evidently. Now Duncan's still hot about that foul call.
And he has a right to be. That's another little tip out of the Indiana defensive buck.
McKinney for the Redbirds. Johnson.
2-3.
Nice move inside, and it drops for Ricky Johnson. In the first game, he was firing them away from outside, made a few, had 12 points on the night against USC. But we were told that he is really good going to the basket. We saw it there.
He's got some athletic ability. Not a bad shooter. He's been struggling of late, though.
2-point margin. 6:26 and counting. Nice comeback by Illinois State. Tisdale, turnaround.
When in trouble, go to the horse. That franchise inside. Of course, Billy Packer says the best turnaround jumper ever.
4 of 4 from the field. 9 points for Tisdale.
Of course, Billy's probably too young to remember Bob Pettit, Elvin Hayes.
He'll tell you he was, even if he isn't. Duncan. Kicked out quickly by Stefanovic to Johnson. Johnson for Duncan. Not enough room. Now he has it. Won't go. Rebound by Kennedy. McAllister. Sean Clark.
They go in, that's right, to Tisdale every time. Forget it. There's going to be an over the top on Chu. Darrell Kennedy.
Tisdale missed the shot. Kennedy got the foul. Redbirds get the ball. Second foul on Chu Kennedy. 4-point lead for Oklahoma. $16 fouls on the Sooners, 6 on the Redbirds.
Illinois State has pretty good penetration. They've been able to get behind the two front people in the 2-3 from the wing.
Duncan inside to Stefanovic. A battle for it there. And it's going to be a jump ball called with the alternate possession going to the Redbirds.
Lou Stefanovic looked bad, but it wasn't an easy pass to handle. He made a great effort to get the jump ball.
Lou Stefanovic. Born in Alexinas in the province of Serbia in Yugoslavia, as we see St. John's in front of Arkansas by 6 in the first half. And Auburn continues to lead a close one, a point over Kansas.
Well, you get the ball in there, you get things done.
Duncan, nice follow by Sanders. Derek Sanders, the 200-pound sophomore from Chicago. 4 points for him. 2-point game again.
If Illinois State gets it into the teeth of the zone, they can kick it off or go up themselves. Oklahoma has to tighten that up.
Sean Clark. Beautiful jump shot by Clark. 29-25, Sooners lead. 4:30 to play first half.
Of course, this 2-3 might be to protect those two fouls on Kennedy and Tisdale. They'll kill some of the clock, don't get that third. You can see the 3 secondary behind the foul line, very wide open.
Brad Duncan lost his touch, has missed 3 in a row. Sooners bring it up. McAllister. Off the Bowie, Anthony Bowie.
Let's see Stefanovic helping out.
Rebound by Johnson.
Tisdale has company on offense every place he goes. 2 or more.
David Johnson getting ready to come in for the Sooners. Stefanovic. Points again, 29-27, 3:30 remaining first half.
Tisdale way out on top. I'd have thought.
McAllister deep in the corner.
Almost an alley-oop.
Clark.
Tisdale. They can make a few. People have to come out, open things up for the big man.
31-27, 4-point margin, Oklahoma. Under the 3-minute mark. Duncan elected to pass instead of shoot as he cooled off a little. Kenny, Stefanovic. 3 Sooners converge on him, led by Bowie. Good pass to Sanders. Sanders, that won't drop, and it is Tisdale on the rebound. Bowie quickly down court.
Little fancy Dan. Good play.
Steal, interception by Johnson. The feed for Duncan, and Duncan has it. 2 points again.
And a little lob pass. Ricky Johnson took off from one side of the foul lane, read it well.
7 points for Brad Duncan. Alley-oop, perfect.
They've been looking for him. It's the first time Stefanovic was not in position down there to double up.
Tisdale from Kennedy. Under the 2-minute mark, 11 points for Tisdale. 5 of 6 from the field. Stefanovic, 3 men on him, off to Duncan.
Skip pass.
Johnson from the baseline.
He's stroking it today. He was pulling the string on Thursday.
2-point game again, 139. Illinois State staying right with the mighty Sooners.
Clear out.
10 points for Johnson. McAllister off the glass, falling down. Great shot. 4-point lead again.
McKinney stayed with them all the way.
Duncan looking to McKinney to see if Coach Bob Donewald either wants a timeout or a slowdown, and they're going to slow it down as they spread it out here now.
He may hold for 1. Try and go down 2, or at worst a 4. He just want to give Oklahoma the ball back. Of course, now there's a warning. They're telling them to come play. Oklahoma's got to come out with at least 2 people. Or excuse me, vice versa. They have to penetrate being behind Illinois State.
McKinney, Ricky Johnson.
Break the line. And they have the warning, so they can't do it again. They can start it.
Down to 30 seconds. Who's going to shoot? I'm
take
voting
Duncan
for Stefanovic.
Oh yeah, I think Duncan on a wing maybe.
All right.
Usually in this case it ends up, they're not so sure who's going to get it. Billy Tubbs is making the count. He may be right.
Tubbs is, yeah, he's up there directly.
He's telling them to count it because they got the warning.
And it is Duncan, and he doesn't get it. The tip-in try, loose ball, Oklahoma. So that's the end of the first half with an irate Billy Tubbs. The score, Oklahoma 35, Illinois State 31. CBS Sports coverage of NCAA basketball will continue after this message and a word from Tim Ryan and Bill Raftery. We are back at Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where at halftime the Sooners lead Illinois State 35-31 in this Midwest Region second round game. And no surprise that Wayman Tisdale has been the main man for the Sooners as he has all season long. He's got 11 points in the first half. His opposite number, Braxic, has no points. So that center matchup obviously in favor of Oklahoma. But look at the shots he's been getting.
Well, you can't help but make them when you're in this close. You see the one miss, he had a fall away, but getting it into him low despite some good defense by this Illinois State team. They've been fronting. They've got somebody behind them. Sometimes an occasional guard will go down. So good shots, and again, you can't stop him when he gets it in tight.
Well, a man that the Redbirds look to is Lou Stefanovic, and he's got 10 points for them, but I don't think there's any way that he can do it all like Tisdale can. He can't be the main man by himself for Illinois State.
Well, the basic concept defensively was to help out as much as they could. Lou Stefanovic, the designated helper out in the lane there, number 43, and he's looking to assist, but a nice subtle move here. Darrell Chew Kennedy popping up, dragging Stefanovic, and this is a forgivable slam. Absolutely incredible. He's got good hands catching. They have to be big to be able to do that, but just a subtle move by Billy Tubbs. Pretty play.
Stefanovic, a fine player with an interesting story. His mother didn't stay home to watch the game on television today. She went off to Yugoslavia, the homeland, to meet his grandparents. So she has her priorities in order. He's been over there and indeed has played for the Yugoslav national team. We'll be back with the second half as CBS Sports coverage of NCAA basketball continues after this message and a word from your local station. 2-7, they beat USC on Thursday night 58-55. Seeded number 9 and trying to topple the top seed here in the Midwest region, the Oklahoma Sooners with a 29-5 mark, 13-1 in the Big 8, and they beat North Carolina A&T 96-83 in the first round on Thursday night. But this is clearly a different kind of a game. They are in tough against the upset-minded Redbirds.
Well, Illinois State normally gives up 66 points a game. Their style, control it, don't let the other team go wild. They've gotten back and stopped some Oklahoma fast breaks. So the half-court D has been very impressive by Illinois State.
Oklahoma starts the second half with the ball, and Anthony Bowie hits to open the margin to 6, 37-31. McKinney brings it up. McKinney and Duncan in the backcourt, and McKinney will shoot it.
Now Linwood Davis Gamble paid for it. Both clubs man-to-man.
Stefanovic, Sanders, and Ricky Johnson up front now for the
alley-oop.
Redbirds. The alley-oop off the mark, and Tisdale couldn't get it. McKinney broke it up. Johnson came away with the ball.
So many people around. Tisdale was unable to move.
4-point margin for Oklahoma. There's Stefanovic. Into this country at the age of 7. Grandparents still in Yugoslavia.
Good turn. He stepped out. What a fine move, though.
Sanders got a little bit of that out-of-bounds line. McAllister for the Sooners.
Helping out down low Duncan. Linwood Davis could help by nailing one of these little foul line jump shots.
Tisdale turnaround.
Money in the bank.
For the Sooners, Tisdale, Bowie, McAllister, Kennedy, and Linwood Davis. And Bill Braxic will be coming into the game as Stefanovic unloads off the front iron. A near steal by Johnson turns into a foul. Ricky Johnson, number 24. Braxic comes in. Sanders goes out for Illinois State.
They just don't like giving up that easy turnaround jump shot. They've got to make it a tougher obstacle. Therefore, Braxic with the size.
First personal on Ricky Johnson. Davis brings it up.
Oklahoma is a loose group, though. Watching workouts, Billy Tubbs likes him to laugh.
Davis in the corner, outside of McAllister. The winner of this game meets Louisiana Tech.
Lou Stefanovic on Tisdale. Good cut by McAllister.
McAllister
just turned on his man. Good step and cut.
41-33. Sooners in front. Duncan inside to Braxic. Braxic trying to get his first points and won't go for him. Kennedy comes up with a loose ball. Davis down court quickly.
Oklahoma's a team, they spurt and they fall asleep a little bit.
Pass fired into Kennedy, picked off McKinney. McKinney back the other way for State. Stefanovic on a nice feed for McKinney.
Ran that break well. Now they'll take advantage, opportunity break, but they won't force it right at you all night long.
12 points for Stefanovic into Tisdale, and his foul, a push from inside on Stefanovic.
You can see the attempt now. Let Stefanovic three-quarter or front. Braxic has to help out. So you might see Kennedy getting free.
First foul on Stefanovic. Davis will throw it in. Traffic jam in the lane, and the ball pops right back out. And it went off a Sooner.
Hit the inbounder, Linwood Davis.
So the turnover by Oklahoma, and McKinney brings it up. 9 turnovers by the Sooners. 41-35. Duncan bounced pass underneath for Johnson, and it won't go for him. Sooners. Kennedy comes up with it, off to Davis. In the corner, that's McAllister. Kennedy.
Braxic down helping out. Barrow.
Lou, and Boo all on the floor at the same time.
It's confusing, but they're going to have to play him. He can make that foul line jump shot.
Ricky Johnson, McKinney for Illinois State. This is Duncan inside to Braxic. Duncan off the glass. 43-37. 9 points for Brad Duncan.
You can see how Tisdale holds off in there, keeps an arm up all the time, warding the defender off. He's got him deep. Impossible.
Sooners have hit 5 of 5 so far this half.
What happened there, Tim, was Stefanovic three-quartered on one side. As soon as the ball was reversed, right away Tisdale cut hard to the basketball.
15 points for Wayman Tisdale. 8-point advantage for the Oklahoma Sooners. Stefanovic, Duncan from the baseline. Beats, goes in and out. Rebound, Linwood Davis. Bowie recovers.
Braxic on him now, and Stefanovic helping out.
Billy Tubbs says they can play this half-court game.
Good save there by Kennedy.
Kennedy keeps alive at Davis. Tisdale.
Duncan ran all the way baseline to help out, which made 3 people on him. He still got it up and over Bill Braxic.
6'9", 250. Tisdale has outscored Braxic 17-0. And the Sooners lead by 10 with 15-13 remaining second half.
There's no time like now to own the 1985 front-wheel drive Cadillac, Fleetwood, or DeVille. With the things people expect from a Cadillac. Things like the peace of mind that comes with a 4-year, 50,000-mile limited warranty. People expect an extra measure of concern for safety from Cadillac, and again, Cadillac delivers. And your Cadillac dealer can deliver a new Fleetwood or DeVille right now. Remember to ask about easy GMAC financing or leasing.
Let's see.
Merrill Lynch reminds you your IRA is probably now a sizable investment.
Oh, with this year's $2,000, Steve, it's worth over $9,000.
And no one has more ways to invest your IRA
Well, zero coupons are good.
than Merrill Lynch.
Oh, utilities, CDs.
Call the people who help you manage your IRA as an investment instead of a deposit.
Great, let's do it.
Merrill Lynch, people. A breed apart.
Wednesday.
Hi there. How you doing?
It's time to buckle up and put the pedal to the metal. Jack Gordon and Kurt Russell are just 2 of the friendly folks who do anything to sell you the very best in used cars.
I think I'll throw myself in with the deal.
Of course, everybody knows Patrick Ewing, but out here they feel that Wayman Tisdale is as big an offensive intimidator as Ewing is a defensive intimidator. And tonight's performance with people draping all over him, maybe they're right.
28 points in the first game against North Carolina A&T, a 25.6 average. And I'd say it's a safe bet he's going to make his average today. Illinois State has Matt Taphorn, number 34, in the game, a freshman guard from Pekin, Illinois. That's him with the ball. His first appearance. Braxic makes his first points. He was just waiting for a feed from Taphorn, apparently.
His buddy finally got some room to work.
47-39.
You can see everybody has a foot in the lane trying to help.
Followed by Kennedy off Tisdale shot. Braxic rebounds. Stefanovic won't drop for him. Rebound attempt by Johnson. He was fouled. Well, I thought he was fouled.
I thought so too. I think Bowie got away with one. They're going to give it to Ricky Johnson. Lou Stefanovic would like that jumper over. Would have been a big help to Illinois State.
St. John's leading Arkansas by 2, 34-32 in the West Region second half.
Good steal.
Steal by Stefanovic, recovery by Davis over the timeline.
Linwood was dribbling instead of grabbing home. But they do play passing lanes well. Generally, they keep everybody in that 3-second lane defensively.
Billy Tubbs looking on for Oklahoma. They lead 47-39.
This one's going to be on Tim McAllister. Sort of a waste. Not necessary. Matt Taphorn and he banging one another.
Second foul on McAllister. First team foul in this half for Oklahoma. Billy Tubbs gives it his Jack Nicholson look. Auburn leading Kansas 32-30.
A piece of work.
It really is. Love to listen to him. You close your eyes, it's where it was Nicholson. I know that's been said before many times, but it's true. Taphorn.
Whoa, confident.
All right, the freshman from Pekin, Illinois, throws up his first try and hits. 6-point differential. Oklahoma in front, 13:53 to go.
Nice
Tried to
help.
loop it into Tisdale. Good help. It was Stefanovic. Stefanovic breaking it up, and McKinney setting up for the Redbirds.
They do that very well. If there's nothing there, they yank it out.
Johnson into Braxic. Stefanovic. McKinney will let it fly. He's got it.
They keep coming. It's
47.
Oklahoma's style, though, Tim. They'll make a run, slow down, let you back in.
47-43. Tisdale getting lots of attention in there.
Oh! How does he make that shot? I mean, he had 3 of the Illinois State people draped around him. Tremendous upper body strength. Give me the basketball. Let me go to work. Turn, get squared. Oh, that's a lot of nights with the Nautilus.
Cleveland Tisdale doing its thing.
Good catch on that baseline off a fine feed.
19 points, 9 of 11 from the field. Now at the line for a 3-point play, and it won't drop. Stefanovic has the rebound. 6-point Oklahoma margin, 13:10 to play, second half. Michael McKinney, number 10. Johnson, Stefanovic, Taphorn, Braxic, and Stefanovic.
That's one of the few times Darrell Kennedy hasn't played him well. He's been all over him. Got caught up on a pick.
14 points for Stefanovic. McAllister, rebound Kennedy.
McAllister with a little bit of a force, but Kennedy is coming along. The end of the year, they feel he's as good as there was in a big game. Playing great basketball.
10 points for Kennedy at 17 in the first round game. Foul underneath.
Linwood Davis looking for that steal. There's Jimmy Kerwin talking to Billy Tubbs, saying, talking about the defense helping out.
Braxic will go to the line. 69% free throw shooter. Sooners have 4 of their 5 starters with double-figure averages, accounting for their 91.2 nation-leading scoring. 3 points for Braxic, closes the margin to 5.
Bob a little more emotional than the other night on that sideline, Bob Donowall. It's tough when they have to really help out as much on one player as they do. It opens up some other areas for them, but they have to concentrate on Tisdale.
Anthony Bowie for Tisdale. Tisdale double team, still hits it.
And you saw Stefanovic all the way over there. It doesn't matter sometimes.
53-46. McKinney to Taphorn. 21 points for Tisdale. Johnson. Rebound Tisdale, doing it at both ends.
Okay, one thing about Oklahoma, they look to get it to Wayman. They're not concerned by and large. Tough pass there.
Drew Kennedy, nice control to McAllister. Braxic rebounding for Illinois State.
That's the type of shot McAllister has to get, though.
McKinney from Johnson. Cut off by Linwood Davis. Opted not to shoot. 11:20 remaining second half. Stefanovic with some room. Won't go off the iron. Nice rebound by McKinney.
Kennedy's a little bit tired. He isn't playing Stefanovic as tough.
Taphorn, the freshman, has it popped away. Nice recovery by Johnson. And a foul by Bowie. Brad Duncan reporting back for Illinois State. Ricky Johnson gets a rest. 7-point margin, Oklahoma.
Bob Donowall very upset at the passing right now of his club. It's not crisp. They're looping it. Not doing the things they've done well all year.
Bob Donowald, former coach of the year, 1984 in the Missouri Valley Conference. His 7th season as head coach at Illinois State.
Because he's a good friend of Collier's, Jim Gibbons, down at South Bend. That's where he started high school coaching.
Had them in the NCAAs last year. They lost to DePaul in the 2nd round. Taphorn inside to Braxic. Got Dennis Johnson all over him. David Johnson, pardon me, all over him.
And that's a lot of weight all over you.
Number 55, the sophomore from Kansas City. When he and Tisdale are both in, there's a lot of meat on the hoof. You've got Johnson at 238. And of course, 250-pound Wayman Tisdale. They stand in the lane, they've got it about covered.
Now, coach is saying David Johnson, open jump shot.
Nice follow by McKinney.
Coach is saying if he'd watch his weight and work at it, he could be a factor for Oklahoma.
53-48. McKinney is 3 of 3 from the field for Illinois State. Davis to Bowie. David Johnson. Johnson bowls to the basket.
Calling it offense. Turn that shoulder. Good alert defense. Now with Johnson in the game, they moved Tisdale higher. Let him play the high post.
5-point lead for Oklahoma. Tim Ryan and Bill Raftery, as we see that again.
Baseline pass, again, to help out McKinney. Oh, that weight. You turn and lean on somebody, they go right along the floor.
10 minutes remaining, 2nd half. Illinois State with the ball. Top-seeded Oklahoma trying to move on to the regionals in Dallas against Louisiana Tech. McKinney took time out to take his mouthpiece out and chastise somebody out there. Taphorn off for Duncan. Duncan's pass, a nice interception. McAllister picked off the pass intended for Stefanovic.
Gotta fake that post pass.
Inside to Tisdale. Does not miss.
Hey, that's so tough to defend. They've really done everything possible, and it doesn't matter.
23 points for Wayman Tisdale. Has missed only 2 of 13. They've all been those little ones, but that does not diminish the fact that he doesn't miss very many.
Well, he gets it in close and normally nails them. Goes up over or as high as he has to.
McKinney with a recovery off to Taphorn. Inside, good pass to Braxic, and he hits the hook.
David Johnson fell asleep. Let Braxic shape up right in the lane.
An alert freshman, Matt Taphorn from Pekin, Illinois, finding Braxic. Tisdale!
Oh, the kiss shot. Well, he's having a field day. If they gave it to him every time down, I could imagine what he'd score.
25 points, one more and he's got a season average. Braxic.
The gamble didn't work for Johnson.
Braxic with 7 points, off to a very slow start in the first half. The sophomore from Flanagan, Illinois coming on. 5-point differential, Oklahoma in front. Action underneath with Tisdale and Braxic, and it's going to be Tisdale. Listen to this crowd.
They forgot the Tulsa game. He normally doesn't have this called against him. You see him with the leg, body and using the backside. And there's the clear out.
Good call.
Pretty good shot.
The boo was not for Bowie, the boo was for the official, but a good call. Redbirds keeping them within 5 of the Oklahoma Sooners. The winner advances against Louisiana Tech in the regionals in Dallas, March 21 and 23.
I don't think they'll call any more like that on Wayman, do you? A little smile at the official. Great reaction after the last foul.
25 points for Tisdale.
Here's the 1-3-1. Now he'll stay at home, Tisdale in the back. He won't roam. They'll let Bowie and McAllister cover the corners.
Duncan, baseline to Stefanovic. Nice move by Stefanovic, and off the glass for two.
And they can make Oklahoma pay for that defense by just getting inside the wing people.
16 points for Stefanovic. Kennedy back to 5 for Oklahoma. 12 points for Kennedy.
Extension now. Everybody matching up. Billy Tubbs saw enough of the 1-3-1. He likes to throw wrinkles, and he'll get out of them if they don't work.
Stefanovic, he's got the hot hand for the Redbirds.
Well, Darrell Kennedy had kept them quiet. Now he's got to concentrate.
18 points for Lou Stefanovic. Sooners shooting at 65% from the field. Much of that, obviously, by Tisdale in close. But they are not missing much at all. Kennedy, Bowie.
Lou Stefanovic in a one-man zone. Good cut by Bowie, and the pass.
Anthony Bowie. 8 points for him, the junior from Tulsa. A junior college transfer from Seminole Junior College. Stefanovic from the baseline, and he finally misses one. Good seal. Johnson won't go. Rebound, Oklahoma. Anthony Bowie.
Well, that would have been a great turnaround for Illinois State. Ricky Johnson unable to convert.
6:05.
This will be on Stefanovic. Tisdale had shaped up, begging for the basketball. I'll tell you, I love the way he plays. We saw a couple of tapes. Stefanovic very tough, fronted. Now he's trying to get inside position. And right now the foul after, good fake, good theatrics, but he had been hugging earlier.
15 foul on Illinois State. Oklahoma has 6. 6 minutes to play, second half. 61-56. Sooners lead it.
3 people down there. Linwood Davis. Alley-oop.
Perfect strike from Kennedy to Tisdale. .27 points for Tisdale. Duncan hits.
Tell you, they're not going to back off at all.
11 points for Brad Duncan. Tisdale is now past his average, 25.6 on the season, at 28 in the first round game.
Look at all the people around him.
McAllister, what happens?
If he waits, he can get those shots, but when he starts forcing, it hurts Oklahoma.
12 points for Tim McAllister, sophomore from Gary, Indiana. McKinney over Linwood Davis won't go. Rebound Oklahoma, Bowie.
Good play.
Bowie waits for help. He was all by himself against 4 redshirts. Listen to this crowd.
Getting it to Linwood Davis to get organized, and they're spreading. 3-2, 4 to score. They're going to call a charge on Anthony Bowie. Tell you, 4:30 to go. You haven't done it all year. It's a tough thing to do.
65-58, 4:29 to play. Second half, Oklahoma in front. Coverage of the NCAA championship. 65-58, a 7-point margin for Oklahoma. 4:29 to play. Illinois State ball. McKinney, Duncan, Johnson, Raxic, and Stefanovic for the Redbirds, trying to climb back in here with time. Now a big factor.
Anthony Bowie on Stefanovic, a change. Kennedy had stopped guarding hard to walk.
Block call against Ricky Johnson. The Sooners have Kennedy, Linwood Davis, Bowie, Tisdale and McAllister on the floor. Ten turnovers by Illinois State, 14 by Oklahoma. McAllister misses, rebound Stefanovic. Ricky Johnson.
Great defense by Anthony Bowie. Ricky Johnson could have charged. He tried to avoid it, stumbled, and the walk. But Anthony Bowie just stepping in. Pretty play.
Sooner ball, McAllister will inbounds at midcourt. Anthony Bowie over to Kennedy. Kennedy can't get past Braxic.
Smart play back in and out. They're going to play now. They forgot about Holden.
Tisdale, and why not? 67, 58, 29 points by Wayman Tisdale.
The franchise that lighted it up.
Top-seeded Oklahoma, eyes on the Final Four. If they win here today, have Louisiana Tech to worry about. Duncan won't drop for him. Rebound Tisdale. Look at him direct traffic. Hold the ball.
Tell him to slow it up.
Man, oh man.
Oh! Anthony Bowie.
How about Bowie?
The play that brought the house down. A thoroughbred, good with the ball, hanging between floor 3 and 4. A little dipsy-do and a spin on top. And they went wild in Tulsa.
Anthony Bowie is from Tulsa, a transfer from Seminole Junior College, along with another JUCO transfer. Linwood Davis has really added a tremendous amount to this very serious Oklahoma Sooners contending team in this NCAA championship. Ranked number 4 this season, the top seed in the Midwest. Illinois State getting desperate now.
Tim, Billy Tubbs doesn't waste any time when something doesn't work. Braxic was out of bounds. Tough play. But getting back to Billy Tubbs, he'll try something. If it doesn't work, he gets right at him. He doesn't waste any time. The spread, a case in point. Boy, Bob Donewall furious.
Taphorn back in for Illinois State, number 34.
Harold Kennedy fooling around with the timeline there.
Bowie to Kennedy. Kennedy, Bowie, Tisdale, Davis, McAllister. The starters for Oklahoma.
Steps.
Kennedy called for traveling. Taphorn will inbound it. Braxic, Stefanovic. William Anderson, number 25, has joined the Illinois State lineup with Taphorn in the last substitution. Taphorn's shot. Out of bounds, Oklahoma ball.
We got a foul, I believe, on Braxic.
Right you are, Braxic.
Wayman Tisdale, he was lingering up there, went up early. It'll be a foul. Number 10, Michael McKenney grabbed. Timmy McAllister trying to make a cut.
2:15 to play. Bob Donewall. Pull out all the stops. Talking to his freshman Taphorn. They trail by 11. McAllister at the line for the Sooners. 12 points for McAllister. Rebounded by Taphorn. McKenney brings it up. Stefanovic. Basket is good.
I'll tell you, he's a tough basketball player. He's got a great winning attitude. He wants the basketball. He's been begging for it each time down. And they call that one on Bowie. He claims with his hands up that he didn't foul him.
20 points for Stefanovic with a chance for a three-point play. It would cut it to 8.
They've got those 2 timeouts left. So they're in pretty good shape. Play some D.
69-61, pressing Redbirds, but Bowie brings it over the timeline for Oklahoma. Tim Ryan with Bill Raftery as we wind down here in the second half. Tisdale shot makes it with the foul before the shot on Stefanovic. What a game the senior from Merrillville, Indiana has had for the Redbirds today.
Superb.
Tisdale to the line. 3rd foul on Stefanovic. Tisdale is only 1 for 3 from the free throw line. Obvious weakness in his game today, and he missed another one.
He's a 74% shooter, too.
He'll hear about that, I'm sure.
Look at this play. I can't believe it. And that's what's great about him. I mean, there's no problem with morale with a guy like that. You know, you just root for him.
McAllister. Shoot Kennedy and move around Stefanovic off to Linwood Davis.
Looking for some clock now.
Yeah, 1:40 left and Kennedy down. McAllister, look at the follow, but the Redbirds rebound. McKinney.
Bad shot again by McAllister.
McKinney down the lane. Beautiful play, Michael McKinney. The senior guard from Gary, Indiana, his 8 points. Timeout on the floor, 1:26 to go, and a 6-point lead for Oklahoma. Roberts University in Tulsa, where we have had a barn burner with Oklahoma leading this basketball game all the way, but the margin reduced to 6 with 1:26 to play. Meanwhile, in the West Region, St. John's with a 6-point lead over Arkansas, and we will be joining that game at the conclusion of our telecast. So stay with us on CBS Sports for more coverage of the NCAA championship.
Illinois State knocking at the door now. Have to play that good D, try and create a turnover.
Bowie watched by McKinney, now double team with Stefanovic.
Good heads-up play. Boy, what a bad spot to dribble the ball into and then pick it up. Got to make their move earlier. Illinois State, we're told now, no timeouts left.
Oklahoma's ball. Kennedy. McAllister.
There's all good free throw shooters out on the floor. Tisdale having an off night.
Kennedy draws a foul. McKinney picks it up.
It's amazing, isn't it? They've been trying to hold clock and they'll make a mistake. They end up running their offense. They get an easy shot in tight. They must be an aggressive type of team. They just can't milk clock.
Right. Well, of course, Billy Tubbs says, hey, people don't think we can play defense. We can play defense. It really does bother them. You know, it's just because we're the leading scoring team in the nation, they say defense is our weakness. We can play defense. On the other hand, here at the end of the game with a 6-point lead and 58 seconds left, they're going for the hoop. And Kennedy makes his first free throw try.
Well, he feels the defense dictates the way they play. They've got to be aggressive on that end. It ignites their whole offense. 70-63, the Sooners appear bound to Dallas against Louisiana Tech. 71-63. Stefanovic has been outstanding for Illinois State. McKinney, punch basket by this young man at 6 free throws in the opening round game against USC in the final minute to protect their lead. Stefanovic knocked flying by Kennedy, no call. He tried to pick up the charge at half court. Good way of stopping the clock. He's smiling. Smart play, though.
39 seconds remaining, 71-65. The Sooners from Norman, Oklahoma. Top seed here in the Midwest. Foul called.
William Anderson with the reach in. Tough spin dribble by Anthony Bowie in traffic. Got away with it.
Bowie will go to the line. 3 minutes to play in the St. John's, Arkansas game. And the Redmen of Luke Carnesecca leading Arkansas by 4. St. John's one of the favorites to get to the Final Four. Oklahoma planning on being there. We'll have Louisiana Tech ahead of them.
As they played earlier in the year,
11 points.
Oklahoma, the winner, they had a big lead and gave it up to Louisiana Tech.
The gallant Illinois State team certainly made the Sooners work for everything they've got, held them well under their average with 35 seconds left. They have 72 points on the board, and Bowie makes it 73.
Oklahoma doesn't want to foul, make them dribble, make them use the clock. 2-3 zone now.
Stefanovic, in and out, rebound, Anderson. It's good. Ricky Johnson.
And a giveaway at the other end.
Kennedy as Stefanovic flashes into the upright behind the basket. What an effort by that guy the entire game.
Does that speak for that team? Great effort.
Johnson, 75 to 69, and that's going to do it. The Sooners advance against Louisiana Tech in Dallas. Oklahoma Sooners 75, Illinois State 69.